Hello, guys. Welcome to Week 3 Power Rankings here at the SMNL. And very interesting week for sure. A lot of big changes. And without further ado, let's get right into it. We're starting with Pro League, as always. And here's how the bottom's looking for Pro League. We have the Dodgers still at the bottom, 2-4 in Week 3. So he stays put at where he is. Not many improvements from him so far, but you got 2 more weeks to go here, so it's really time to step up if you want to make the playoffs. At number 13, got the Ballers. Again, it's so surprising for him to be down this low, but the hitting has definitely been a struggle for him. So he's at 13. And then we have Planet Express. A tough week 3, 0-4. Couldn't get anything really going. So he's at number 12 this week. Number 11, we got the Beavers, who had a really, really bad week. 0-6. Had a solid start, but it's honestly been all downhill since then for him. So he's at 13. Or 11, sorry. With a -5 from last week. And at number 10, the Tims, a bad week as well. 1-5. He had such a good start. I think it was a 5-1 start for him. But it's just, again, like the Beavers been all downhill since that for him. And it's just been tough. It's been tough for him, that's all. But he's at number 10. And number 9, good improvement week for Kobe Eternal. 2-2. He gets +5 in the rankings this week, and he's at number 9. Number 8, got the Jersey Smoke with a pretty good week as well. +4. He went 4-2 overall. He lands at number 8. Definitely, I think he's gonna be able to sneak in a playoff spot this season. Looking like a good season for him. At number 7, a tough week for the Highlanders. He's at number 7, went 1-3, and gets a -4 in the rankings this week. The hitting has definitely been a struggle for him as well. Number 6, a huge week for the Lovely Ladies. He gets to +7 in the rankings this week, as he has great records for week 3, 6-2 overall. Just been a great week for him. So he's at number 6. Number 5, SDC's in there at a 4-2 record. He gets +2. Definitely a big improvement for him. Rats, much better than last week. Seemed to have adjusted to the new ego a little bit better. He went 3-1, and he gets +5 in the rankings this week. And number 3, Cobra Chicken, still looking really good. 5-1 this week. And he gets to bump up another spot at number 3. And at number 2, we got the no changes here. Shamrocks only played 2 games in week 3, but stays the same. A really good record so far. And he's looking like a championship contender. And of course, number 1 is West Ham. It's another 6-0 week. The guy's 18-0. Can he pull off the undefeated season? We'll see. But still, looking like the best guy to beat in the Pro League. So that's the Pro League. Let's move on to the All-Star League in just a moment. All right, let's go. Number 20. Still at the bottom, unfortunately, is the Outsiders. 0-6 again. Very tough season for him. I'm not sure what's going on with him. If it's ego or the team or something else. But he just hasn't been on his game this season. So he's at the bottom at number 20. Number 19, we got the Ridge Runners. 1-3. So he makes no changes. And again, no changes for the Pilsners as well. Number 18, they have a 1-6 week, and they stay the same. Number 17, we got the Punks. Another rough week for them. 0-5, and they get -1 in the rankings this week. And surprising, I'm seeing him this low is the Moonballers. He's at 16. Had a little bit of a better week. Went 3-3, but he gets -1 for week 3. And number 15, we got the Labradors. He went 2-6 this week. Definitely a tough week for him, but he gets a -1 in the rankings, and he's at 15. Number 14, lots of an improvement for the North Stars, who is coming back to form, it looks like. Really rough start for him, but he goes 5-2 in week 3 and +3 in the rankings, and it's just up for him, honestly. And 13, we got the Falcons. Went 2-0 in week 3, but he stays the same from last week in number 13. And number 12, a little bit of a rough week for the Seagulls. Went 3-5, -3 spots overall from last week. Number 11, we got the Martians. A really tough week for him. He gets a -5 in the rankings as he goes 2-5 in week 3, and he's stuck at number 11. And the Catfish, solid week, went 3-1, but stays the same. And Trash Pandas, honestly, I wouldn't really look at this ranking too personal for him. He's just looking a lot better than he started out, and I think it's only up for him. So he goes 4-2. The Base Invaders, good week for him, 3-0. Gets +3 in the rankings, and he's looking like a guy that can make the playoffs. Maybe make a run. And get the Raccoons, a little bit of a tougher week as he goes 3-3, but you'll take that, right? +1 in the rankings overall. And a huge week at number 6 for the Blues. Went 5-1, gets +6 in the rankings, and he's kind of looking like himself as he plays more now. And then you get the Bards. Kind of a even week there, 5-5. -1 in the rankings, though. He's in that tough division as well. You gotta note that. And the Bombers looking great. Honestly, looking like a championship caliber team as he goes 3-1. Another good week for him. And number 3, we got the Windbreakers, -1 in the rankings, but they go 3-1, and he's still looking good. And here we go, number 2, we got the Neon Riders with another good week for him, 4-0, gets +1 in the rankings. And of course, number 1, we got the Drifters. The guy is insane. I mean, he's got Brett Saberhagen going insane. I don't think he's given up a run yet. Probably a unanimous Cy Young on our way for him. But he goes 6-2, and he stays at the number 1 spot for the All-Star League this season at week 3. So we have one more. We got to get to the Legendary League. Number 18, I'm surprised to see this, but Stranger Things. Kind of been a rough season for him, honestly. Could it be the new ego? Could it be just the higher competition in the Legendary League? It could be a mix. You don't know. So he goes 2-3 and -5 in the rankings this weekend, number 18. And 17, only 1 game played for the Aztecs. He gets +1 in the rankings. And 16, only 1 game played for the Death, but he goes -2 in the rankings for week 3. 15, we got Kingdom. A rough week for him, 1-5, but he stays there at 15. And number 14, we got a new guy, just a replacement team, the Outlaws, as he goes 0-2 in his opening week here. Plenty of games to catch up on. We got plenty of time, so I wouldn't really judge anything off him yet. Only 2 games played. And a 13. Good week for the Seawolves as he goes 4-2. Looking definitely better than he started out. And I think he can sneak in a playoff spot for sure. Number 12, we got the Ragondins. Good week for him. 4-1. But he stays put at number 12. And 11, another new team coming in. Got the Boston Blizzard. He played 21 games. My God. Just to make up some games he missed. So he goes 11-10. So +0 because he's new. And you got the Foul Poles. 5-4. A lot of games played this week. But he goes -1 in the rankings overall at number 10. Number 9, we got the Hylians. He goes 2-1 this week, but -1 in the rankings at number 9. And 8, really rough week for the Fly Balls as he goes 1-5. So that's a -3 in the rankings from week 2. And number 7, we got the Unicorns. Decent week, 2-3. You'll take the wins when you can, but he stays put at number 7. And the Ball Squawks kind of on the downward spiral compared to his great start as he goes 1-3. And that's -2 compared to week 2. And number 5, got the Tulips. He goes 2-2. He gets a +1 spot. I mean, definitely a guy to look out for in that for getting that first round bye in his conference. And another new team, the Astronauts. He goes 3-2. So he stays at number 4 here as a newcomer. And finally, the last page here, we got the Flower Bombs. Definitely a rougher week for him. After he lost his first game, it's kind of been like back and forth with the wins and losses as he goes 4-4. But of course, definitely got to look out for just getting better and better, it seems, every game. He gets -2 in the rankings this week. And new number 2 spot, we have Civilization. I mean, the guy, you would just expect the guy to get better and better compared to his rough start. I said it in the beginning. He's just going to turn it around. Happened last season, and here he is at number 2 with the +1 in this week's rankings. And the number 1 spot is the front runners. The guy is looking at like a championship team right now. A lot of close games, but he seems to edge him out almost pretty much every time. I don't think he's lost a game yet. So he gets +1 in the new number 1 spot in the Legendary League. And that's all we got for this week's rankings. Lots of new changes. Cool stuff going on with all the leagues. And we're going into week 4 now, so it's kind of almost at the end. And you got to remember, we have that after week 5, we have the makeup week for the All-Star break. So we have plenty of time to get games in. Still plenty of changes to be made to the power rankings, obviously. But I think the playoffs teams are going to be interesting because there's a lot of close records in the divisions, and it's just going to be fun to watch it all unroll. So thanks for watching this week's power rankings, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.